And coming in live from Island City, Japan, we are here with the 32nd edition of ESL Open Cup Asia Division. I am your host, Yaku of Ducklings, and with me today I have El Hombre de la Caja que no necesita tus calcetines, Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
We're so lucky that I'm not the host, otherwise I would have killed everyone's eardrums. You forgot to change the scene. But we are here, we are back, it feels good to be home, and oh my god, we have such a special player here today.
We really do, and I'll let you do the honors of taking him, because in the top right hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right hand corner map, the Red Protoss player coming out from the land of South Korea. He is currently teamless, but going to be representing into the clan. We have Hurricane.
And spawning in at the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have an owner, a team owner, we have a caster, we have a man of many hats. He is representing the land of Peru. It is CatZ.
El Pastor.
El Pastor himself, and I think this is the first time we've ever been able to cast CatZ.
False, because I remember very fondly
Spicy
Team League.
As soon as I said that, I'm like, Spicy League, of course, that was amazing. I still remember like a ZvZ between him and I believe it was a Macintac. But yeah.
That was back when right. Purity and Industry was a map.
It was. I mean, we didn't play on it because of Spicy League. But yes.
I vaguely no, it was somebody else did that, and then we mentioned that it was a cat strategy.
Yes,
and then
that was
somehow,
the Spore.
Yeah, exactly, the Spore. Mm-hmm. And then another game we were able to cast, the big man himself.
Yeah.
Doing big man things.
Speaking of big man things, of course, we have a proxy hatchery over here. And for those who don't know, you have to know, like, CatZ, he's such an old school player. He's been here since the very beginning. He played Brood War as well back in the day. And he is known for having the biggest brain in all of North America.
Absolutely, North and South.
Yeah, this is true. Just all the Americas, just almost the entire world. Again, I don't know what it is about like cats and felines, but Miyamika and CatZ, like they're just together. They're
both cats. They're both avatars of the cat spirit, and that's why they play the same style.
You say the same style. The thing is, like, they have like their own unique styles, but somehow still brilliant in their own ways. It's like it's so beautiful to see. As we do see this massive link flood coming across the map, we have a couple of drones as well looking to.
That's actually a lot of drones coming across the map.
Yeah, I imagine they're to throw down spines once the hatchery finishes, and it will finish.
That it will. One Zealot isn't going to be enough. Hurricane, you know, he kind of sensed where this was going and decided the Adept's not really going to do much to stop this hatchery. I'm going to try to see if I can try to slow down the link flood coming in. But he can't. He cannot.
He cannot. The spines are going down. All 4 drones survived. I don't know if you saw earlier, but the Adepts were trying to chase them down, but the drones got away. So 4 spines are being made. We have some lings as well. If the hatchery goes down, they're going to be broodlings. Like, oh my god. Like, is CatZ going to be able to do this to Hurricane?
I think it's looking very likely he does get in right on top of this shield battery, and there is only one at the moment. There is no wall here. The spines are starting to get cancelled, but I don't think it matters too much here, Light. The lings are already wreaking havoc. Hurricane is going to have more than perfect micro to be able to hold this.
He depowers everything. There's no more production. There's no more game. Nothing.
This is why. GG. There we have it. CatZ takes game number 1 just about how we expected him to.
Wow.
So I can really say.
I don't know if we expected it. I didn't expect it, but like this goes to show, like CatZ, he has such a big brain. Hurricane is literally one of the best Protoss players in the world. Like he's Hurricane he's in the stats, he's in the zest, he's in the trap, but he's still incredibly solid. And CatZ already 1-0.
Exactly. I think that was the Muslim was really hyping him up on Twitter because of his performance in War Chest Team League. Hurricane was known to be the ace of that team in a couple of matches, and yeah, as we said, Hurricane, he's no slouch. But CatZ to take him out in 4 minutes with a proxy hatch, that is magic.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot going on here, right? Like, CatZ, he's playing like at a ping disadvantage as well. Like, he's playing from North America to Korea, there's a lot going into here. But this is great. This is great to see. Again, a lot of people, they look at CatZ and, he used to be a pro player now, what, like 3-4 years ago? It's been a long time since he stopped competing.
Now he's just an owner, a team owner.
He's an owner, he's a coach, like he's after like quote unquote retiring from competitive play, like he continued to oversee and foster other talent.
He's also a pretty successful Dota streamer.
He streams Dota, he streams Hearthstone.
Really, what hasn't this man done? Is going to be the question.
Right? He's just done so much in his career. He's all over the place. He has a really successful stream. And I mean, now to add to that, we could potentially add, a Korean Slayer here today.
Well, I'll go into that thing that I was thinking of later on, but for now, we are going to be in Pillars of Gold LE. LE, of course, standing for Linear Equations. In the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner of the map, the Red Protoss, coming down from South Korea. He is currently teamless, but going to be representing into the clan. We have Hurricane. He is wild. What else? What's this guy?
Oh my god, it's spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE. You know what? He had a War Chest Team League. He competed. He had a team in War Chest Team League. Maybe his team would have fared better if he himself played. Just saying. Oh my god, we have this guy, El Pastor himself, representing Peru, as well as his own team, Root Gaming. It is CatZ.
And you were mentioning Korean Slayer as one of his potential many titles there, and indirectly, at least, I think he already may have gotten that. As you mentioned, he was a coach not only for his own team, not only for the players on Root, but I think most famously he was somebody who really helped out Sue in the early days of the Kesva switch.
Yeah,
really helped him strategize, and because of him, he was able to take down a couple of other players.
Exactly, and I love this. We do have this proxy hatch coming out from CatZ. Again, we've seen this before. We've seen surprisingly, the other cat, the Southeast Asian cat, we've seen Miyamaika do this to great success in online tournaments. And as you were saying, like, CatZ, he himself admitted, like, he has a really great mind for coming up with builds. So he really loves it when he's able to work with a player who has just better execution and mechanics than himself. He teaches them the build, and then he just watches it, like, come to, like, full potential.
Exactly. And to be able to, to be able to actually execute it himself is a little bit different, as you say there. And as you can see here, yeah, unfortunately not going to be working for him twice.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, this proxy hatch was very different to the previous one. This is just to delay the Nexus. Again, we've seen Miyamaika do this plenty of times. At the same time, Hurricane is also delaying the third base of CatZ with this pylon, so both players kind of being a little bit annoying. But yeah, so far, really nicely done by CatZ. Oh.
This is probably gonna get a drone kill, potentially. No! El Pastor!
The reversal. Oh, he has to be careful. The Zealot and the Adept are going to be here. And he takes out the drone.
Does manage to take out the drone. Just a second too late there. And yeah, there's actually some decent counterattack coming out from Hurricane right now. CatZ doesn't really have a lot. 8 links are going to be on the way though. So this should be cleared out.
Yeah, they are slow links though, so they can be kited. And again, like, this is the danger of making your third base in such a forward location. Sorry, your natural at such a forward location. And I mean, to be fair, this is what Hurricane forced him to do. He forced him to take his natural unnaturally, and because of that, like, his base is a little bit more exposed. He loses 2 drones. Didn't just lose 2 drones. One of them was forced to turn into a spore, and then he lost the spore as well.
Yeah, no cancels for you there, CatZ. And now that you mention it, it's something that I actually didn't notice. CatZ was forced to take down a natural position, but he did take it in a more aggressive location. as opposed to the more defensive location of further down south.
Yeah, and I feel like that's very indicative of his style. We do see he's just flooding lanes across the map. We have a Bailing Nest on the way as well. I imagine he's going to be going for that Bane Bust.
That he is, but he's gonna have to time that exactly right. His Bailing Best is not quite done yet. Fortunately, just losing Zerglings here to the units and the shield battery.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know about this because, again, things like this, like these Bailing Busts, they're not as effective as they used to be because of the shield battery, because of the shield battery overcharge. On top of that, Hurricane, he even has a couple of sentries for force fields as well. So, yeah, the attention, the micro of Hurricane is going to be put to the test here.
Exactly. I think the Banelings still kind of do the same amount of damage since it's instant damage. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
someone drop.
Oh. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everyone's good. Yeah, it's
good.
Everyone's good. And as I was saying, like, it's all going to come down to the force fields, right? Like, as soon as Hurricane sees those Banelings, and the force fields are going to go down.
Yeah, they really are. And Hurricane, he's got a couple of them banked up right now. Oh, what am I saying? He's got a lot of them banked up.
He has so much energy, so many sentries here. We'll see if CatZ is able to make something happen. Maybe catch Hurricane a little bit off guard. Maybe he's not paying attention.
Aren't quite there yet. They're moving into position. No force fields here. And that is not gonna be enough. Thankfully, the shield battery is gonna be able to heal that cyber core. Hurricane really clinging on by the skin of his teeth there.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscalculation there. CatZ, he was opting to try and bust through the cyber core, but just like one or two more Banelings and he would have been able to do it. He just didn't have enough.
And GG is called. Hurricane gonna be tying up the series sideways 1-1.
Yeah, and again, that was a nice try from CatZ. Again, though, like, a little bit of miscalculation. He needed a couple more Banelings to kill that cybernetic score. But even then, even if he did bust on through with the lings that he had, like, because of the shield battery and the units, like, I don't know if that would have worked.
Yeah, I think it does go back to how the actual Bane Bust part of the Bane Bust build, it hasn't really been affected from the shield battery because, again, you know, Banelings, they do their instant damage and then they die. Yeah. What you really got to worry about, though, is the follow-up, the lings flooding in, and yeah, as you said, shield batteries, they just restore those shields way too quickly for Zerglings to really deal with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we didn't really get to see that come to fruition because
because CatZ just needed one more Baneling. That's what we didn't get to see.
But we're tied up, we're 1-1, and oh my god, I'm excited. Okay, we're gonna be loading in on Everdream, and like we've seen Scarlet, you know, pull out some pretty cheeky, like, fast roach all-ins using that rich gas. Are we gonna see CatZ do something along those lines?
I'm gonna wager we're gonna see a variant of it. I think what we're gonna see is CatZ. He likes that build, but, you know, he can't be outshined by No Regret and his casting player combination. CatZ is just thinking, oh, so you got a protege, No Regret. I'll show you. I'll find one too. And speaking of a protege, here is one player who could very much be one. He is the player spotting in the lower bottom left-hand corner of the map, all the way to the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream, L.E. Ideally Edle. He is coming out all the way from the land of South Korea. Currently teamless, but going to be representing into the clan. We have Hurricane. And he's wild and, you know, raging.
Wild and raging, but not as much as this man. As currently going for a 12 pool, we have the Peruvian Zerg player representing his own team, Root Gaming. It is CatZ.
What did we really expect from CatZ on Everdream?
Oh my god, is this gonna work? I'm really curious to see what kind of variant of a 12 pool this is, because Hurricane, he is going for a probe scout. He will be spotting that the 12 pool is on the way, and he's even gonna be annoying here. So actually,
if
because
Hurricane
of this, he's
stays here, okay, he's starting to go into the main.
Okay.
It's fine. It's all good. Fine. Yeah, you can really never take that presumption as a Protoss player. You always have to
he's taking it. He's taking what you're. The unnatural. Look at it.
He is taking it with the rich Vespine gas, of course. So I have a feeling that Ling Speed and potentially either Lair or a Baneling Nest is going to follow up after this.
Okay, so a lot's happening right now. So the thing with the 12 pool, and this isn't an all-in 12 pool, is that your gas is so delayed, and your link speed and potentially roaches are really delayed because it takes you so long to get a gas. But if he takes the rich Vespine gas base and takes the rich Vespine gas, then you can catch up, and like the world is his oyster right now. Never dream.
Absolutely. Does have to be a little bit careful. That base is much more exposed than otherwise. But for now, CatZ is the one putting the pressure on, and this is a good surround on top of the Zealot. The Probe trying to mineral walk back, but thankfully Hurricane does get the other Zealot out and does micro well enough to keep CatZ away.
Yeah, interesting. Hurricane taking this very seriously. He actually made 2 Zealots for the defense and is not opting to get an Adept. He's opting to get a Stalker instead. So being very defensive here with his opener. Meanwhile, I did want to quickly check this Hurricane. He does not know where the natural of CatZ is. For all he knows, CatZ could be one basing.
Exactly. He just thinks that he's deflected the Ling Rush. He's probably going to be anticipating follow-up much rush later on. If I was in Hurricane's shoes, I would have thought that I was safe. The only thing on my mind is potentially a Baneling Busk, just because of that previous game, but otherwise, I would probably go for an expand if I was in Hurricane's shoes, not knowing that CatZ has this rich Vespine base.
Exactly, and I'm really curious to see, okay, so the first 100 gas for CatZ is used on that Ling speed, so he is opting to continue with this Ling aggression. In saying that, I was about to say he may be skipping the Roach one, but no, he throws it down immediately.
Yeah, so we are going to be seeing that Roach follow-up as a response to this rich Vespine 12 pool, not all in.
Yeah, oh my god, and I love this because he's taking this forward base. Like, he made his queens at the natural as well, at the unnatural, and he's spreading creep, so then I imagine he's gonna push on forward, he's gonna have a couple of roaches, turn them into Ravagers, and then just Link Flood in.
Exactly, this is such an aggressive build, and such a creative way of being aggressive, if I'm gonna be honest. Hurricane Phoenix is flying across the map. He is in for a shock.
He's gonna have a heart attack, like what? And he spots the queen, and that's a big tell. He's like, finding a marching queen across the map is a huge tell for Hurricane.
Do you think he thinks he's all inning? No, he has to be sure. Hurricane has to be sure, and he does check that base. Will confirm that CatZ has rich Vespine, and yeah, also confirms the roaches. So Hurricane, once again, taking this very seriously. He got the Robo facility much earlier on, and once he sees roaches, Immortals, you can never be too safe.
Exactly, immediately chronoing out that Immortal. So there's a couple of things here. So Hurricane, he did confirm, but it took him a long time to do so. Like, he did so like 10-15 seconds ago. So this reaction is a little bit late. You know, he's panically throwing down the shield batteries, and the push, it's already here. He already has the Ravagers, he has the Queens,
Hurricane actually fighting out in the open. I'm not sure if that's the right call. Zealot's starting to get surrounded. Biles not really hitting too much there, but does at the very least zone Hurricane off. CatZ does bite out the shield batteries.
Yeah, the pylon and the shield battery goes down immediately at the cost of a lot of lings, though. Either way, this cybernetics core is so exposed.
It's very much so. And with all these range units out, I think at least one thing is going to get depowered. A lot of structures actually getting depowered. That pylon currently powering only one gateway.
Exactly, and that's huge. That hinders the production of Hurricane, and now that he's going to get the cybernetics core, even though some structures are being repowered, no more Stalkers, no more Adepts, only Zealots.
And the Lings are going to be free to take advantage of that massive hole in the wall. But that being said, Hurricane does have a Warp Prism now, and he's using it pretty well. But he's going to need to use it a lot more than pretty well right now, as this is a very worrying turn of events.
Yeah, but the Ravagers are getting the Ravager count is getting smaller and smaller. Only 3 Ravagers left. CatZ has to be Circa. We have to make sure he transfuses and keeps everything alive. And he has energy for a transfuse, but a Queen falls, another Ravager falls as well.
That was some fantastic micro coming out from our Red Protoss player Light, and GG is called. Come on, phone. Just come on, phone. And now you know the reason why we immediately picked this man to follow once we saw him on the bracket, or even on the player list once he checked in.
Yeah, oh my god, that was beautifully done. That was really well played, and even though Hurricane did win the series, like CatZ, he put up a hell of a fight. That was wonderful to see, and that was great. That was great.
It was amazing. Yeah, real good strat set we got to see out there, but, you know, as you said, CatZ, he's admitted in the past that he just doesn't feel like, his mechanics are really up to standard to the builds that he has in mind, which is why I'm saying, if any Zerg players are out there, and you want to learn builds, this is the man that you should go to.
Yeah, it's great. He's coached so many players. We touched on it before. He's coached players like Su in the past, helping him with, you know, his GSL runs, getting all the way to those many second places. But like, yeah, he's such a good player. He has such a great mind. And something, of course, as you touched on, that he is a little bit lacking in is those mechanics. That's something that he can kind of struggle with. But like, regardless, you know, he was able to take a game. You know, like you can still do so much with like your build and his level of execution at least.
Yeah, I think there was something said recently that I think in the past our perception of StarCraft 2 was that mechanics are about 90% of what you need and then 10% other stuff. But nowadays I think it's shifted a little bit where its decision making is at least 50%. Your build order is something like 25%. Your mechanics is something like 20%. I'm pulling these numbers out of nowhere. Just to be very clear. Just to be very clear. This is my, like, first draft estimate. This is me coming up with them without putting much thought into it. This is my first, like, oh, the idea popped into my head. Maybe I can pull it out.
It's okay. I don't know what I'm saying.
Exactly. Calm down, everyone. I don't know what I'm talking about, which is why you should listen to me. Like, you should listen to my numbers. I am taking math.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of things available to us. Literally 3 matches open available.
Ooh.
We have Armani starting with DRG. DRG is currently in the bathroom.
That would be a ZvZ.
Rex versus Su. They're currently doing vetoes.
That would be another ZvZ.
And Dream versus Hurricane.
That would be a TVP.
That would be a TVP. So at the moment, literally 3 options are available to us. What do we want to go for?
This is gonna be tough for me. Like, this is gonna be so tough. Some of my absolute favorite players there right now. Actually, I'm just gonna take a quick little look at the bracket because I saw him earlier in the player list. Okay, he didn't check in, unfortunately. I was talking about Deer. Who has very recently announced his retirement. So I thought, you know what, if we're going to be able to, you know, catch him tonight, then that would be pretty nice. But yeah, unfortunately not going to be the case. Rex versus Su has a lobby made. Shall we dip into that? And
I dip in, see if you can hold him off for a little bit, and we'll go for Dream. We'll go for Dream.
I left immediately when you said don't, and then when you said dip in, I was like.
Yeah. The reason why is because Renegade, the other English stream, was looking for a series, and I'm like, because we have 3, I'll like let him have one, and he's going for Rex versus Su. So if you want to tune in to Rex versus Su, that is available over on Renegade's channel. We will be going into Dream versus Hurricane.
Yeah, twitch.tv/RenegadeX, I believe is the URL.
I believe it's Renegade X Studios or something. Yeah, Renegade X Studios.
There we go.
Yeah,
so tune in that if you're interested in what will be a very interesting ZvZ. Here, we're going to be covering not the Random versus Protoss, but the Terran versus Protoss, Dream versus Hurricane.